Our life is as if we are in the sea of life, and at times this sea is really calm. And then at times there are winds, and at times there are storms, and at times there are huge waves crashing us. And then I realized our life is like that. At times we are drowning. We are drowning in the problem, and the problem can be legal, can be in our relationship, it can be in financial, many that we feel really drowning. And what we do when we are drowning, we are struggling. We are struggling to come out of it. And in struggling, we get to coping with whatever waves there are, and we go to survival mode. When we are in coping and survival, we can do two things: either unhelpful coping mechanism and maladaptive practices, or we do helpful coping mechanism. What are the unhelpful? When we are in that much pain and we are in survival, we're going to numb our pain. So we can use drug, alcohol, gambling. We can start fighting with people. We can start gossiping. Gossiping is a huge bit. When we are in pain and in shame of ourselves, we start gossiping about others. Then we don't take any accountability and we just blame others. We go and scroll social media for hours. Online shopping is a huge one. They are all red flags of maladaptive coping mechanism. What are the adaptive ones? Go to therapy. Find a wise, nice, kind, confident friend to talk your issues over. Not everybody worth your story, so you have to be very careful not to broadcast because you want to be honest. You don't do that. You make sure that you talk to some people that you already know that they are trustworthy and they can help you and they can give you some guidance to go through life. So when we go to hopefully helpful coping mechanism, and getting back to that analogy of the sea, we start striving. We go to striving. It's really good point. We are not out of the whirlpool of the problem, but we are striving. We are past that surviving and coping. We are striving. Gradually, through striving, we're thriving. We find new solutions. Through our therapy, through talking to friends, find new solutions. It's a very solution-focused process. So we get to solution, we get to thriving, and then we arrive. It's fantastic. Life is good. We solved our problem. Sea is good. Everything is calm. Life is fantastic. We know that it's not going to stay like that because the next problem is just around the corner. And for years that I was coming up with this self-made theory of how people survive and thrive, I thought, why is that? Why as soon as I solve a problem and get to understanding of myself through it or others through it, something else will happen. And then I realized there is actually another stage after that, and that's the stage of allow, which means that you need to allow for everything that can happen, because now you can rise strongly, because now you have enough confidence and self-esteem, and most importantly, you have constructive resilience that you can say, welcome, problem, welcome, because now I know that I can get to any part of drowning and spring through to allow. And this is the process of constructive resilience. So you do not have to fight with anyone or go unproductive. You can actually, through that, you see the next layer of your own growth. And from the day we are born to the day we die, we are in different stages of growth. So we need to welcome tests and difficulties. Anxiety and depression is the disease of the century. And now it's so widespread. And the birthplace for anxiety is what other people think. So if we can remove that from our life and become authentic on what we want for our life, how to become creative, how to bring creativity to our life, how to cultivate compassion for ourselves and for others, how to cultivate laughter, song, and dance, how to remove the perfectionism from our lives and remove ourselves from the negative people and negative circumstances, and make sure that we surround ourselves with people who support our light, because our light comes within us and comes with us. So we have to be with people that have room in their lives for us and our light. And in that way, then we have enough support and love and encouragement around us to navigate life. Every morning I start with a prayer. Do I recommend it to everyone? Yes, if they make sense for them. It makes a lot of sense to me. So we cannot force our thoughts and ideas to other people, but we can do an offering. We can just suggest that. And I always do it with all my clients. All my clients, they know that I'm a Baha'i, they know that there is a Baha'i prayer in my office, in my practice, and I share that. Do I force them? No, I say go and find what gives you calm. But you need to have that openness of heart and openness of mind in order to see what makes sense to you. Because there are millions, there are 8 billion people in this world, there are 8 billion ways to reach to that force. I call it God, some people call it force, some people call it whatever gives them joy and it makes them a better person.